Sideline of ball. Lakewood are doing it. They're going to take. He's going to bring down 30. Dropping back. Final points there. He's still alive. 8 seconds left. He's got one sub. He's got a second. He's taking it. Oh my God. On three. They're all dead.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Mars TV Dota Invitational here. Of course, we are on Beyond the Summit. It's a best-of-3 series between Newbee and Team DK. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Mott. With me is Fogged. How you doing, man?
Pretty exciting game there. I really thought DK was going to end up being able to pull that game out, but Newbee just overall just outmaneuvered them pretty much throughout the majority of the game.
They were looking so good, and Mushy had just such a damn rough time in that mid lane. He had a really rough game, so we'll see if they can rebound right now, as we are going to jump into the draft already underway with Team DK grabbing up the early Mirana, and Newbee, well, their first picks are about to go, so looks like, boom, look at that draft overlay. No Casper here for us. Oh, it broke. Rip it. But some interesting bans coming out, the Bat Rider, the Invoker, and we've got the Lycan and Doom again. We saw the Doom ban actually last game, which is kind of interesting. We don't see that too often, but still kind of interesting nonetheless. Newbee, I'm excited to see what they're going to pick this game because they played so well with the draft that was like they had to deal with so much pressure, well, theoretical pressure and pushing pressure from DK, but they responded to it with like pressure of their own. They just roamed around the map, they got kills, they're able to take care of burning rather easily. So Newbee's draft, it all starts here. Yeah,
I was feeling a little bit concerned about when they picked that Ember Spirit for the short lane, but Timbersaw just ended up doing so much work throughout the game. It worked out so well for them. Ooh. Panda AA, and I was actually going to say this too. AA, I think, was completely ignored that last game, and he's been picked basically every single game, if not banned, every single game throughout this entire invitational.
He's still such a strong support. People have been kind of sleeping on him, if you like, to a certain extent. Letting him go through there was actually rather surprising, but the AA this time around, he's going to have that Ice Blast. OD coming out for DK. Should be a Mushy OD, I think. And we saw actually a ban, I think, coming out. I believe it was Newbee who banned it out in the last game. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but still very interesting to see this OD pick coming out this early on, especially for Team DK.
Yeah, they just want to get their guns out. I mean, Mushy was probably like, I don't want to play DK again.
No DK for me, please.
Give me OD.
I'm going to take OD. I will drop the hammer with the Standings Eclipse, and hopefully that'll actually be pretty good. He's going to need at least a little bit of farm to get going here, but they do ban out the Razor. Would not be surprised to see like a Viper or even a Kunkka ban. Those two heroes target OD very effectively, and even the Lone Druid too, which Bernie played last game. Maybe Newbee, they could play it on their side with Moo playing, or even Half if they want to go for that as well. So,
not the biggest fan of the Lone Druid mid, though. He's just too susceptible to the ganks. You have to do too much throughout the early game. You do okay versus OD, but it's just okay at best.
Yeah, so everybody's piecing out of the studio right now, man. Everybody's leaving, so
just bored, I guess.
Yeah, there's like, oh, we don't want to watch this draft. Who wants to watch this?
Well, they're like, oh, Mirana. Oh God, another Mirana.
I've seen this before. Seriously, every game Mirana is picked up. It worked really well for Zhao in that last game. We'll see if they play it as a core Mirana, as a support Mirana. With the OD, actually, it works really well because you could time it with the Astral, I feel like, which is really nice. It's at least one combination that you've got. So
I wouldn't be too surprised to see just Newbee ban out the Bane and the Shadow Demon. They did ban out the Bane right here, right away, and yeah, Shadow Demon probably going to get banned out as well.
Yeah. They will have first pick coming back into the draft, but I don't think they're going to pick Shadow Demon now that they already have the Ancient Apparition. Even though those two heroes together are not bad, I just don't expect to see it here. We'll see. Well, they're going to ban out the Centaur for DK. That off-lane Centaur coming out, not going to be there. And that's a bit interesting. I'm going to see. I'm excited to see what they go for in this off-lane. We've seen also crazy things, like in the European qualifiers, we've seen like Brewmaster support for Virtus Pro. I don't think that's going to be the case. Sometimes we see safe lane farming Brewmasters, but now there is a Lifestealer online here, and that should be Hao's hero, I feel like.
Yeah, they ban out the Weaver, grab the Lifestealer. We've overall been seeing, I think I've seen Lifesteal go in every single lane. I've seen him go off lane. I've seen him situationally go versus mid lane when people pick like a strength hero mid, and he can just be able to dominate pretty well. I think it was LGD that did the mid lane Lifestealer yesterday versus Mushi's Tiny, I want to say. And we saw also same thing with LGD. I mean, LGD is probably one of the better ones that have been doing it, but they've ran in the off lane, short lane, and mid, like I was saying.
Yeah, pretty versatile hero. I mean, you can, like you said, you can run it in multiple places. They've got a lot of options. We'll have to wait and see how the draft kind of pans out before we know who is exactly going on what and who is going where. 1 minute and 40 seconds left of reserve time right now for DK. They have the OD, they have the Mirana, they're going to pick up the Dazzle as well, so they have some staying power in these fights. They've got the Shallow Grave if necessary. They've got Astral to save themselves. They've got the Mirana with Moonlight Shadow. Lich now coming up for Newbee, which is a really interesting pickup. They want to be able to... I feel like this might be a dual lane mid against the OD, or at least just try to shut the OD down. I've seen it before. It's been a while since I've seen a Lich in mid, but it might be the case here.
Not really the biggest fan of the AA Lich combination as the two supports. I thought Newbee was going to opt for like a Rubik or maybe something else for Banana. But it can end up working if they find a good place for it to lane. And I feel like DK might actually be going for even like, they could even go for like a push type of lineup. Because if they go for like Pugna, I mean, it's I'm just throwing speculations, but Dazzle with Pugna plus the Essence Aura, we've seen the combination of how powerful it is. You know, infinite mana, infinite heals, infinite tower push. So it's a possibility, but I don't know if we'll actually end up seeing it.
I would like that a lot. I saw HGT do it a lot in the Chinese qualifiers. They did it to great effect. They'll pick up the Wind Ranger, though, which is a solid choice for them. I don't know if Ice is going to play this. I'm not sure. It could be an offlane. Probably. The thing is also they already have a Dazzle. The Mirana might be a support. You could do the Wind Ranger support as well if you really want to. But this is, I think, a really solid pickup here for DK with the shackle shots, power shots, and just pressure that it gives you.
And I wish that we had our nice the pick thing going, because I'm pretty sure Wind Ranger in quite a while, I think since he's been changed from Wind Runner to Ranger, has like a 30-something% win rate, so incredibly low.
Yes. I saw that stat the other day, and it's just like, oh, that's rather unfortunate. The name change
obviously
is
the factor.
It's 100% of the problem with the Wind Ranger play right now in Dota 2. So, but the last band's coming out here. Wind Ranger, do you think it's going to be put in the offlane? Do you think it's going to be played as support, or do we need to wait and see?
I think it could really go anywhere. I think DK is just giving themselves a lot of different options for their lanes. It's 29%? Okay, so I was a little bit off, but yeah, that's incredibly low. So it's definitely because of the name change.
Definitely, 100%. Valve, please.
I mean, honestly, like Wind Ranger it's a great overall hero. The problem is just like, where do you really lane it?
Yeah.
Like he's got great outspam. Of course, he's got incredible lockdown, and he's got good he's got good ways he's good survivability. But it just ends up being like, how do you end up want to play him, and will it actually end up working?
10 seconds
remaining. That's the thing, man. That's the thing with these Wind Ranger pickups. Is like CIS did it a lot, and June played a ridiculous Wind Ranger, but then the next game they'll play like AO on the Wind Ranger support, and I'm just like, I don't really want to see that. I want to see June hit shackle shots, but we'll see who plays it for DK right now. I'm a bit excited. Shackle shots are exciting to see pretty much all across the board. We still have one more band to go. It's going to be Clockwork, the last band for Newbee. They already feel like maybe the offlane, that's not going to be it. The Wind Ranger's not going to be in that offlane position. And the Nyx Assassin now for DK's band here. And then the last pickup coming out, the Lich Ancient Apparition support duo, like you mentioned. Brewmaster probably mid, Lifestealer maybe in the safe lane. And then the last pick to come out here might be your offlane hero or something like a solo safe lane, potentially for Newbee. It's tough to see where these lanes are going to go, though, early on.
Yeah, we've been seeing kind of the same story throughout the majority of this Monas TV Dota Elite Invitational, that these teams are keeping their lanes super hitting, and they're just diverse in every factor. They can move it around all over the place. They can keep changing the lanes constantly, just trying to basically trick your opponent.
I mean, like I love when you hold out on the draft like that, but at the same time, these picks seem very interesting. So unless they have a strategy hidden up their sleeve here with this last pick, which they're taking a lot of reserve time right now to figure out what they're going to go for. Xiaowei, obviously, the drafter here. Mushi on the other side of things. He's going to make sure, like you said, he doesn't get that DK for himself. He wants the Outworld Devourer this time around, a hero that he's played frequently. 20 seconds for Newbee. I feel like it's going to be an offlaner. There's not many available. The Centaur's gone. The Nyx Assassin's gone. DK targeted that specifically with their last set of bans. You don't have the Clockwork, which they banned for themselves. They don't have the Bat Rider either. So the pool is actually kind of limited right now. They go for the Beastmaster. Wow.
I was going to say, I think it's going to end up being Beastmaster, because right now Newbee's lineup, they lack a lot of push overall, and they have literally zero lockdown. They have slows all across the board, but they have no real just grab on somebody. So Beastmaster right there is going to give them, making up for the fact that they don't have much push. Hawk overall, great spell to keep an eye on where everybody's going. Right. And then the Roar, of course, for the lockdown.
Yeah, I love this as well. I mean, first of all, like you talked about, Primal Roar is such a great ability. Wild Axes as well in the offlane. If he's able to stack up that Ancient stack, which probably won't happen considering DK might just ward it in general, you can get some decent levels out of that as well. It's been a while since we've seen offlane Beastmaster. They might not even land it there. They might land it elsewhere. But at the same time, like you said, Hawk, especially with the dire side advantage, they can maybe even get an early Rocher on here if they really want to. The inner aura as well, I believe that's what it's called, coming out for the Beastmaster. That'll be a nice pickup. So a solid hero we don't see too much of. It's been played a bit recently, but somebody that needs to see some more play, some more love in the competitive scene for sure.
Very token Jowate hero.
Yes.
I love when he plays it as well. Like, he's able to control the game, just like his nickname, you know, the director. He really just dictates the nature of the game.
Absolutely. So, well, for DK now, what are they going to pick? Mushi, his last pickup. They're spending a little time thinking about this. 36 seconds left the reserve time right now. They've got the Wind Ranger, they've got the Dazzle, they've got the Mirana. The question is, which of these heroes are going to be core? Which of these heroes are going to be support? Mirana support in this situation, you don't have much to combine it up with, especially if it's only just a Dazzle. They're going to go for the Clinks. That's going to be Burning's hero. Burning Clinks is almost legendary, I feel like, with how much damage he could do and how much he can get done in these games.
Oh, man, no. I really wish we had hexagons. Would love to look at them, but we don't, unfortunately. But
Thanks,
we
producers.
do see Ice. He's going to be playing that Wind Ranger, so it is going to be a support Mirana on the side of MMY.
Look at that. This is very interesting.
Getting some production value as well. Beastmaster actually has been picked, I think, 0 times for Jowate this patch. I think they were saying.
Nice. I don't know how you heard that, man. He was whispering that.
I'm aware.
Nicely done. Nicely
I'm
done.
aware of my surroundings.
Oh, excellent. Well, we're going to jump into the game here as the last two heroes are going to get picked up. The draft overlay still there. Excellent. Yeah, nice. Thank you. Excellent. All right, we're back into the game, guys. Here we go. It's the Mars TV Dota Invitational right now. We're going to jump into the game. It's going to be DK versus Newbee. For Newbee, we've got Moo. He'll be on that Panda, the Brewmaster. Jowate will be, in fact, like you said, on that Beastmaster with a ridiculous set. That's the strangest thing I've seen in quite some time. He's the Apache. Yeah, yeah, indeed. He does. It's a bald eagle, as Brian K-Poptosis is saying in the background.
Wasn't that the cosplay that we saw, too?
Was it?
I think that might have been. I don't know if it was that exact set, but it was a Beastmaster cosplay.
That's really cool, though. How? He'll be on the cosmeticless Lifestealer. No fun there. Banana will be on the Lich. And and then to round it all out, it's going to be Sansheng. He'll be on that Ancient Apparition. Yeah. For the side of DK, Ice on the Wind Ranger to lead things off in this top lane right now, a little bit far behind. MMY will be on the Mirana. Lanham is going to be on the Dazzle. Heading into the river, it's going to be Mushi playing his favorite mid lane Outworld Devourer, and to round it all out, it's going to be Burning solo safe lane Clinks potentially in this bottom lane.
I'm curious how they're going to lane this. I wonder if they're going to just putting... It looks like Zhao Weight's going to be the one going mid for the Beastmaster, so he's under a little bit of pressure, but he does have really high base damage, so he's going to be able to last hit versus the OD relatively well. And it looks like they're going to be putting a dual lane in the off lane. It's going to be Lich Panda up against Clinks. So Clinks will be able to secure some last hits, but he has to be very careful, because if they do have sentries, and Banana does have 1 sentry on him, they're going to be able to put a lot of pressure on him once they hit their level 2s.
Yeah, like Frost Blast coming out, Thunderclap as well. That's a lot of right click for a squishy hero like Clinks. He might not be able to handle that. He's going to go for Searing Arrows first, so he feels comfortable enough in this lane to survive, and I think that's fine considering, like you said, there's no Frost Blast at level 2 just yet. Zhao not going to be able to use his composite axes, his wild axes, because of Astral Imprisonment more than likely, but he'll be able to get up close and try to right-click at least and get some of those last hits. He actually is going to bomb those axes from long range just to try to get some last hits early on here. There's the Astral going through, so should be an okay matchup. I feel like I don't think Zhao's going to win this lane, but he'll do okay against the Outworld Devourer. I don't think he's going to stop his farm, but getting a quick level 6 is what he's going for here on this Beastmaster.
Yep. And now we do see DK going just for dual lanes. Burning getting a bit of pressure already right away. They saw he had Searing Arrows. He got hit by the clap, actually, by Moo, so well played there by Moo just to put some constant pressure on Burning.
And Moo played so well in that last game as well. We'll see if he can rebound and do just as decent as he did in that last game. So Astral's going to go in that mid lane. Mushi just giving him some harass right now. Zhao just getting right-click down a bit. Not too much. No Arcane Orbs, obviously, this early on. Top lane, like you mentioned, it's dual lanes, 2 versus 2 right now. Somebody's pulling, and that's going to be that Ancient Apparition for Newbee. Ice now. Looking to just try to get some CS and right-click down. How right now sitting at 0 last hits. Ice is doing a nice job of harassing How from getting that CS that he really desperately needs in that top lane.
Yeah, I feel like these dual lanes are actually working out for DK extremely well, because Clinks, he's going to be able to get a decent amount of farm down there, no matter what. Lan M's going to just be able to constantly be able to pull. And now he actually, it looks like he is aware of the fact that that second camp is blocked because it didn't spawn, but he wastes one of the sentries, doesn't catch out the ops ward. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Song Sheng actually places that sentry earlier, and he did end up countering DK's ward, which was blocking their pull.
Yeah, that's huge. So as far as laning phase goes, that means Newbee are going to have a bit more to work with in terms of their pulling right now. The arrow sailed through and missed. I think that power shot might have just grazed How. It looks like no.
Yeah, it stopped. Actually, ended up stopping his salve. So they're putting so much pressure on How right now, and How needs to be
fight.
He's trying to man fight right now versus Ice Ice Ice.
He's going to win run. There he goes. But Ice 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 getting body blocked right now. Is he going to latch up? He will. The right click's going through. Now the arrow going to fly. How. First blooded. Too much aggression from Newbee. They're going to lose Sansheng as well. Can they get the kill on the Wind Ranger? Yes. But Sansheng will fall in the end. It's a 1-for-2 trade. I don't know if that was worth it, Newbee.
And Zhao Wei also went top to pick up that Invis rune and walked all the way toward that top lane to try to get the kill on them. But he ended up wasting so much time. And if now, just taking a glance at Mushi, he's 13-12 compared to the 4-0 Beastmaster. And at the same time, taking a look at bottom lane, Burning's having basically absolute free farm and putting an enormous amount of pressure on both Banana and Moo.
Those Searing Arrows are obliterating Moo and Banana. They are just like, all right, we can't stand up to this right now. They will regen up, but still, the Searing Arrows, you can bomb them. Of course, you can orb walk with them as well, so you won't take that creep aggro. So nice to have. Moo is just taking so much harass right now. Burning getting 14 CS early on in the game, 16 for Mushi. This is, I think, just kind of almost the exact opposite of the game they had in that last one, in game number 1 here, so a good start for DK.
DK's lanes are just working out so well, and the way Ice 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 ended up playing that, he ran over to the side, he ended up using the Wind Run basically as the attack was going off, he bought his Basilius too, so he gets that one extra bonus armor, and then they were able just to man-fight How, and of course, once you start getting lower on health versus a Lifestealer, he starts doing much less damage because of his Feast.
So, How going down a bit, unfortunately, for Newbee. A bit fortunate for DK. They've gotten a solid start like we talked about. Looks like they're winning this. Well, it feels like they're almost winning every lane at this point when you think about it. Zhao, not really getting much in this mid lane. Top lane, there's only 7 last hits for How. And down bottom, this Brewmaster's not getting much either. I mean, he's got the most CS for Newbee right now, but that's nothing to...
Oh, Sansheng actually gets clipped by the arrow. Power shot coming through. It looks like Sansheng's going to be cleaned up very easily by this dual lane.
Look at those arrows flying out. The long range attack from DK. The Archer is going to work there. Ice 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 cleaning up the kill there. Actually, it was MMY getting that last hit, but still well played. A great arrow on Sansheng getting caught out of position. He'll respawn. He'll get back to the lane, but it's not looking solid for Newbee right now.
Definitely not solid. OD goes top, picks himself up a nice haste turn in his bottle, so he's going to be quite over-farmed over Zhao Wei, and Zhao Wei's going to be under a lot of pressure because of that. Oh my god, and is that another arrow?
Nice job, Greg. Great observing. But
I missed it too. And our observer getting a rating of a 7 right now. He's just dipping down quite quickly, but...
in all seriousness,
I'm just kidding, Greg.
In all seriousness, much to love our observer.
But yeah,
Greg,
I mean,
what is hip?
Newbee was trying to put a lot of pressure on Burning because it looks like they kind of knew the way the lanes were going to be overall. But this dual lane is not really putting any pressure on Burning. He's getting basically the same farm as the OD middle.
And on top of that, he's also giving them the huge Searing Arrow click. So that's something I don't know. It seems like they didn't account for. It's like, oh, by the way, this guy does a ton of damage with the Searing Arrows. You should be careful about that. So Newbee are in a position where they're like, well, what do we do now? We're not getting last hits. We're not getting any farm across the map right now. DK is kind of outlaning us here. Some rotations might have to come through here, I feel like, for Newbee. They need to exchange something. How's not even... He's got this early on at 5 minutes. That's not what you want to see from your safe lane farmer. I don't know. Maybe they rotate the Lich up top, but is that even going to help is the question. I'm not sure.
I'm not too sure either. And Zhao Wei's getting right-clicked right now by Mushi. Once that Astral comes up, he might go for the kill, but no. Zhao Wei bottles up and just runs all the way back to his tower. Zhao Wei has to be really careful, because if you get that 3 Astrals on you, you're going to end up dying to that OD ulti, basically, after a few right-clicks.
Yeah, it's a strength hero up against Mushi, the intelligence hero here, so...
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of scary a little bit, so... Well, up in the top lane, Ice 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 continue to get some farm from this big creep camp that's been stacked. He's got a power shot, kill some of those poor Wild Wing Kins. Well, their mother's going to be a bit sad, but that's fine. Down bottom, Burning continue to get some CS and harassment. And going over on Moo. Moo only on boots right now. Zhao at almost level 6. He might be the key ingredient for Newbee to get something going. So
he's going to have to be, because he's going to have to make a ton of space for his team, because he has basically nothing. I mean, he's just got brown boots. He's getting levels up in that short lane, but he's the short lane farmer, and he's basically the one lifestealer in this lineup. So this is just going so heavily in favor for DK. Like, Wind Ranger's going to be basically free farm. Marana is able to just run around the map because he's gotten so many kills. And here comes maybe the arrow coming through.
Is it going to be on time? Just misses. He needed to shoot it just a second earlier. Very close. Xiaowei will get away. He's just got no mana to his name. Sansheng was there actually to help out if necessary, but if that arrow connected, he's probably dead. So
Yeah, a nice ward coming out of the side from MMY. He puts a ward in out. He's gonna spot that smoke. I'm hoping they caught that because of that ops ward.
they haven't pinged it.
They didn't end up pinging it.
I'm not sure.
Oh, now we see a ping.
Looks like MMY's like, okay, they're here now. Xiaowei's rotating top. He has pretty much no mana to use that roar, but it's actually the Astral might cool off. The debuff might go down here in the next couple of seconds, and then that roar might be available at that time. We'll have to be careful. They're going to be patient here. MMY backing off. So is the Wind Rager. ISS doesn't want to get caught out of position. It looks like they did know.
Yep.
They're off the map. He's not in mid lane right now. It's pretty clear. They'll throw up a nice Observer ward. I like that ward a lot in that position, but that's all they're going to get done here.
They've also dedicated it their 2 new wards to their short lane entirely, which is probably what they need to do. They need to try to secure house and farm. He does end up picking up his phase boots now, but he's going to be very pressured in this lane no matter what. And we do see MMY rotating right away. After that gank was failed in the top lane, he just runs toward mid lane, and now he's just going to be setting up there. Xiao8 ports bottom. He's trying to set up for a kill on Burning maybe, but I feel like DK's just know all this is going on.
Yeah, it feels like they sense these rotations coming through. You talked about they've got really good observer ward placement deep behind the enemy lines in that tier 1 mid. The arrow might come through in mid lane. It looks like no, they're going to head back top. Well, they're just roaming around here. I don't think they've smoked. They're going to grab a double damage rune. That might be for Mushi. MMY might pick it up for himself. That would be a sure kill if they could get it. Mushi's getting a great farm. 1,900 gold in the bank. He might even just go for a Midas at 8 minutes in. Would be a pretty solid start for him right now. He could even rush a 4-staff if he wants to. He's got a lot of options here. I think Midas is probably the right choice.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Burning might even end up going for the Midas, which would probably end up being fine because they have such good late game. And now maybe Mushi might get caught out here. Another wraparound coming out from Newbee. Torch coming in from Lon M though. He might be able to get the grave up on him. Gets the heal, the Astral, and yeah, he might actually end up living.
Nice Astral coming through the shallow grave. The shackle shot. It does latch. Now Mushi might turn around. He might drop the Sandy's Eclipse. Will he to get this kill? There it is. He doesn't get Xiao8. Getting low the Shadow Wave, not enough to keep him alive, but 2 are already dead. Sansheng going to be the 3rd. And what a disaster. A 2-for-3 gank. Burning actually died on bottom there. It looks like Moo maybe just ran in there and used his clap, and I'm sure what happened to Burning there, but it's still a pretty good trade coming out for Team DK when it's all said and done.
I wonder how. I actually don't know how Burning died. I guess he got hit by the crit and just didn't really expect it.
Yeah.
I know that's happened to me very recently. You just don't expect the crit to come out, and it's so often now because of that change.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually kind of interesting because it was probably the crit clap combo going, and Burning gets caught out of position. He actually had no supports there to help him out. They had all rotated mid. Try to find a gank there. So Burning goes down. Team fight recap when it's all over. Actually does favor DK slightly, but still pretty decent there. The experience change is about even. And yeah, they used the grave. They used the Sandy's Eclipse, but Roar was also used. So Sandy's Eclipse, the big cooldown, now done for about 106 seconds, but that's fine. Mushi will continue to farm. His Midas, not done yet. Somebody picks up the Midas. It is going to be Burning grabbing it. MMY. Wow.
MMY is in the trees. How is putting a lot of pressure on him. Arrow comes out.
Oh my god, that range creep. Thank
Stupid
you, range creep. He
and the axes come out of
Jeez.
Xiao8 and clip MMY in the trees. Really well played there by Xiao8. They were picking him out and just great seizing the opportunity there. I feel like also in that mid engagement though, that shackle from the Windrunner was beautiful.
Yeah.
And I feel like Mushi could have actually ended up living. He kind of manned up, and I feel like him dying there just gave a little bit too much to Newbee. But either way, it ends up working out. Ayo, flying top. Ice getting gone on the body blocks.
Oh my god, is he going to get away? He's got no wind run. Nice use of that Shadow Wave. The shackle shot, it's not going to latch. Xiao8 getting hit up with the, of course, the power shot as well. The right click, the arrow. MMY getting the kill. And another kill going the way of DK when they try to get a gank going in that top lane.
And Burning does opt to go for that Midas and a Soul Ring too. So Eternal Envy influence going around all the board.
Yeah,
I
well,
love the Soul Ring pickup too. It's just amazing.
Is he going to go for the blink is the question. Everyone seems to be doing it now in Clinks, and I actually love the blink dagger on that hero, so...
Yeah, probably.
See. And Midas now done for Mushi at 10 minutes in. That's fine. He could have gotten a bit earlier if he did not die in that mid-lane engagement, but it's still a decent time nonetheless. He'll try to get towards that 4-staff next, I'd imagine. Sansheng rotating through. There's another TP rotation from Xiao8. They are not going to try to go for a kill here. I don't think they're going to go for the Roar right now. In fact, it's on cooldown for a couple of seconds. Blink Dagger is done for Newbee's Brewmaster right now. Mu does grab it here at 11 minutes in that offlane Brew roll. He's, I think, been the shining light here for Newbee, but he's getting killed in the bottom lane. He is going to TP out. The Poison Touch did go, but it's level 1 Poison Touch, so no stun coming out for you there, and, well, it looks like Mu will live.
Good change.
Balanced change.
Dazzle not broken anymore with that stun on every levels of it. And Xiao8 patiently waiting in the top lane, trying to set up kills. Looks like Ice might peek out, but he's being pretty careful. It looks like Ice is also going to, not rushing for the 4-staff, he's going to be rushing the mech on him instead of the 4-staff, letting Mushi just able to get that. MMY smoked up in the mid lane, putting down some wards, but there is a sentry down in that mid lane, so let's see where he opts to go place that.
Looks like he's going to go right to the same place he placed the last one, but maybe a little bit further up here. He might even go for the Uber Cliff. Maybe place that aggressive ward that we saw last time around. No, he's going to place it right in the jungle, right in the middle. The crossroads almost even would be a great place for that. On the other side of things, there's some rotations coming through from Newbee. They haven't smoked up for this. They're just going to run right down to mid again and maybe try to find another pickoff. Now, we'll grab an illusion rune for Moo on the bottom rune spot there. Getting close to that was going to be a Newbee player. It was actually, or not Newbee, rather, burning for DK there. He's scouting things out, ready to go. He doesn't really have any mana to kill anybody with, so he's just going to back away, just getting vision right now. The rest of Newbee's still wrapping around, maybe trying to go for Mushi here. They sensed the gank. They saw Moo going on the backside, and Mushi's just going to play this very safely.
And I'm getting told that I'm getting flamed, so it's apparently that was actually Burning's build originally, going for the Soul Ring, so Eternal Envy was a copycat.
Oh, dang. Wow, look at that.
Ice getting wrapped on behind the tower in mid, wow.
Nice Astral. The roar actually came out. There's going to be the Panda Split going through as well. Ice is going to fall on him, now getting stunned up by that rock. Nice grave up in the air. That's going to be Mushi. He is, I think, now Moonlight Shadowed as well, but it doesn't matter. Sunshine getting a double kill. They'll throw up the Chain Frost. Mushi's going to fall as well. This might be a disaster for DK. MMY is going to leap away. The Chain Frost hit Moo. Thunderclap going in. This was the perfect timing for a split. And the Blink Dagger, the open wounds. Triple kill for that Ancient Apparition. Sanshang. It's time to go for that point booster, my friend. You're rich.
Yeah, I can totally agree with that if he wants to do that. But just great movement there from Newbee. You could see all 5 of them converging toward that mid lane for that action. And DK just didn't seem like they were very aware of that movement.
It's so unusual. They've been on point all game right now, just making sure they know where every hero is. That gets them back in this game, but wait, how did they get so much gold out of that net worth fight? A 3 minute 41 second fight? That does not seem right. That seems, well, alright. That seems weird. K-Poptosis says it seems weird. I'll agree with him there. Either way.
Definitely was not a 3 minute.
Alright, we got it. Okay, everybody. Woo! Crisis averted. Okay, guys. Good stuff. All right, there we go. 4 kills, 2,400 net worth change. DK did get almost 1,337, so that would have been nice, but how gonna get shackled up in that top lane? Arrow's gonna fly. Does he have Rage? Can he get out of here? Infest, he might use it on a creep. Not in time.
The cast point change.
Oh, he was so close to it, man. He was about to jump into that creep.
Yeah, it was good that Burning actually just ended up, he didn't even port to that mid fight because he saw what a disaster it was, and he ended up just pushing down that bottom tower, at least getting them something out of it, and a little bit of map control for them as well.
Yeah. Well, a nice kill again on Hal, and they're shutting him down very effectively. Well, there's going to be a nice blast. It's going to catch on to 2, I believe. It was Burning and Mushi who took that hit. Lanham actually got hit by it as well, I believe. So they're still trying to pressure this tier 1 tower in this mid lane right now, taking a lot of damage. The Searing Arrows chewing through this tower. This is without strafe, I believe.
DD Rune OP.
Oh my god, he's going to take a free tier 1 tower.
Almost denied by the Lich in the AA.
Yeah, that would have been nice, but there's the first, I believe, no, it actually might have been the second tier 1 of the game, as the one down bottom is in fact gone. So it looks like it's 2 tier 1s already gone for Newbee. DK, they're putting the pressure on here. They've lost that one team fight mid, but there's still a solid lead for DK. If we look at the gold graph real quick, you can see, yeah, almost up to 7,500 gold for DK. The experience lead, only about 1,500, but that's still very solid. The top 3 in net worth, all going for DK. You look at Burning, 6,000. Wind Ranger, 6,000. You got Mushi on that OD, 5,600. So they're feeling pretty confident right now.
MMY using his arrow to steal the creep from Hao in that big camp there. So Hao's just getting pressured so immensely, and he's still quite a ways off if he decides to go for that Midas build, because he does have the Gloves of Haste, but it's 15 minutes in already, and I feel like he needs that Midas, unfortunately, because he is a solo core on a Lifestealer.
But the thing is, when he gets that Midas, at that time, what is Burning going to have on him? He's already got the most net worth in the game, so you give him a couple more minutes to farm, and maybe even farm heroes. He might even have that Orchid altogether. He's got a Midas himself, and he's got the Robe of the Magi, so I would not be surprised. Burning on the backside, coming through, the weave is up on Hao. He will melt to that weave and that right-click damage of Burning. He's going to go for this tower, though.
Surrounded.
Is up. Are they going to roar on Ice? It looks like, oh, Moo jumps in with a Blink Dagger. Primal Split, the roar on Ice. Lanham, he's going to use a nice grave there to keep him alive, and they're just wasting time. Ice is going to TP away. He's going to make it out. No! The Chain Frost bounces through that first tick, makes the mini stun happen. Now up in the air, it's going to be MMY. He's still invisible right now. They purged. He just missed it. Moo chasing after. There's the clap, the right click. Does Moo have enough damage here? MMY open wounded right now. There's the Drunken Haze. They're going to grab the kill. 3 down, but I'm down the backside. Secret Agent burning, getting that tier 1 tower, sniping it, and then backing right off.
Yep. Just really well played there by DK. Even if they ended up losing a bunch of heroes, Newbee's dedicating all 5 of their heroes to be doing that, while Mushi and Burning are just perfectly fine with split pushing and trying to get their own farm.
Yeah, I mean, they don't really want to commit to these fights, and even if they do, they could probably turn these around, but it seems like they just want to get towers. They want to get objectives, and they're objective gaming right now. They're getting it done. All tier 1 towers off the map for Newbee right now. DK, they've only just lost the one in that top lane. How at least was a part of a couple of those kills. He might have his Midas flying out on the courier. I believe that's what's on the courier right now. As we check, boom, there it is. The Midas recipe coming out. That's 17 minutes in. It's kind of like a recovery Midas right now, but at this point, he needs it, like you mentioned.
Yeah, and now Zhao 8 as well. He's got his book 1 finished up, so he's finding a decent amount of farm after, you know, of course, having not a very good matchup. And uh-oh, mid lane, Lich getting just decimated by Burning.
Oh my God, Bananas, like, please. I'm just trying to run back home. There's no need for that.
Just a lowly Lich, leave me alone.
Seriously, he had no chain frost. No ice armor. Lich will go down. He's down for 20 seconds, in fact. Well, Wind Ranger now. Mech's done for Ice, Ice, Ice. And he's also got the start of a 4-staff with the Staff of Wizardry as well. They're going to smoke up. They're going to look for another kill here. God, if How dies again, I'm going to be pretty sad. How? How is he going to die again? How?
Oh, Dowie, why'd you have to do it? I really didn't want you to do it this entire game. No, this shackle, but he's ready for it this time. He gets the rage off.
Everyone in the studio lamenting my comment. I'm sorry.
Done.
Don't leave, dude.
And yeah, Lonen, realizing that one of the opportunities that Newbee can take is just stacking up Ancients and having them use the Axis to clear, and he goes right ahead and blocks it with the full dedicated Observer Ward.
Well, right now, this is not looking good for Newbee, to say the least. That's a Mont Note right there. That's, in fact, that's the epitome of a Mont Note.
Not looking good.
Not looking good, guys. So, well, yeah, again, the gold graph still tells the same story. 7,500. They're going to start pressuring these tier 2 towers. I mean, once that Orchid's done, which is very soon. Meanwhile, Arrow going to be top. It's going to miss on how. But once the Orchid's done for Burning, and in fact, he might have it, that's going to be a really big issue. Because Panda Split's not going to get off. You might not get Roar out for Zhao 8. You might not be able to Rage if you're that Lifestealer or on Fest even.
Yeah, he's got it now, too.
Oh
he can disassemble the Ring of Basilius, and he's got the rest of the pieces up on that courier.
Well, that is a 19-minute blink tag.
Uh-oh, Sansheng trying to de-ward that Obs Ward, but Mushi is very, very aware of that, and yeah, he's going to get completely brought down extremely
What are you doing there, man?
He really did. He wanted to take out that Obs Ward, but Mushi had a haste rune, and he just 4-steps up the high ground and just seizes the opportunity to get a kill on Sansheng. But in the meantime, at least they pick up that mid tower with their Panda and their Beastmaster core.
Yeah, that at least there's something. They lose Sansheng, but he's kind of, whatever, you're a casualty, it's fine. Collateral damage even. So, like you talked about, 19 minutes, 30 seconds for that Arkham level, and it's coming out for the Quinks right now. Oh boy, Burning is going to be blowing some people up. We'll see what his next item is. Might save up for the Blink Dagger. Might go for just straight right-click damage altogether. He's got a lot of options here, and it's going to be a difficult uphill battle for Newbee at the very best, I feel like.
It's ridiculous how many hits it really takes to kill a boar from the tower. It's like 10 hits or something. But yeah, Zhao 8 picking up his book 2 now, so he's going to be able to deal. He's going to be able to get a lot of pickups once he gets his book 3. It's still an extremely powerful item. He's basically able to solo almost anybody if they're out of position.
Yeah, absolutely. Book
but
3.
Now Burning, he's going through the woods. He's got his Orchid finished up. He's level 12.
Get the boar. No, okay, no boar, no boar.
Yep. They take out that Obs Ward at the Ancients now, and they're going to be able to farm those Ancients if they would like to, but I don't really get why they just dewarded it if it's not really, they're not going to be farming it or stacking it.
Yeah, they can't really do much with that. They're going to head into the opposing team jungle, but like, what does How have right now? He's got his Midas, he's got Phase Boots, does he even have the start of a drum? Does he have a Bracer? Yeah, he's got a Bracer. He actually has enough money to buy the drum outright here. He'll buy the TP Scroll. No, he's going to go straight into the Armlet instead. It looks like he's got the Helm of the Iron Will. How just going to right-click down. Armlet's going to help out a bit, but Mushi's been farming this entire time, and we've kind of just... We haven't really looked at what he's gotten recently. He's got a 4-staff now, so he's getting farmed. He's also got 2,200 gold in the bank. He can go straight for the ultimate orb into that Scythe of Eyes. He'll take the tier 1 tower down bottom for How, and oh boy.
Yep. MMY using another smoke just to get some nice wards out aggressively in the jungle.
Getting caught out. They had a sentry ward there. They might purge this. It looks like Burning's gonna... Okay, that primal split was... Alright, I don't know about that one. That's split indeed, guys. That's wasted, I think. And now, actually, Deakin can be a bit more aggressive with that ultimate on cooldown now.
Yeah. Linem just going toward the bottom lane, pushing that wave out, cleaning up those Necrobooks, getting some gold for himself. While the rest of the DK run toward that top lane. They know Panda ulti's down. They can put a little bit of pressure. They can probably just farm the enemy jungle. They don't want to dedicate a tower push though, because Newbee's team fight is still pretty ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, BKB is going to be up for Mushi though. That's his next item choice, and he's actually pretty much there. He just needs the recipe to complete that up. The armlet getting closer and closer for the Lich. His first real big item here. Moo now, he has the Blink Dagger like we talked about. Anything else on Moo, that Brewmaster, looks like it is a point booster. Starting up that Aghanim Scepter. Necro 3 is pretty much done for Xiaowei, so they still have some items coming through. They're behind, yes, but they have ways to turn this fight around. Burning on the backside. He's looking to engage. He has his Orchid ready to go. He's got Strafe up as well. There's the armlet delivered for Hao. Now Sansheng Orchided up. He's going to look for the courier. He's going to grab it, but Burning getting blown up. They dusted him as well. He dies. Oh my gosh, Burning blows up. There was only a ring of regen on that courier too. Still a lot of gold for his team. I don't know if that's worth it though.
I really like that.
Status
dead.
Dead.
And it has X exactly where it dies. It's pretty beautiful. Xiaowei picks up his book 3. I think that was just crazy by Burning. Just overzealous completely. Landem was completely down in bottom lane. He's not even there for the fight. He's just pressuring the towers. But this is going to be one farm Dazzle pretty soon. He's level 11 up on that Dazzle. Sansheng also, though. AA is also level 11, so they're finding levels all over the place across the supports.
I mean, for DK, it's a bit questionable decision from Burning, but it feels like that's okay. They can kind of get away with that, I guess, with the lead they have. You don't want to get too many free kills away to Newbee right now, but at the same time, you know, they've got the PKB up now on Mushi. There's a medallion up for MMY, so they can actually take Roshan pretty quickly if they are able to get a pick off. If
Looks
they can
like
take
Newbee's going in there, though.
But yeah, they want to take this first and foremost. They want to make sure they're getting the pace of the game. And we talked about that Hawk. It's going to be coming out for Newbee. It's right above the. They've got 2 observer wards there as well, so they have plenty of vision right over that cliff essentially. Burning's going to walk by. He might come through in the end, but for the most part, it looks like this might just be a free sneak Roshan here for Newbee. Yeah,
and Hao on the lifestealer, he's picking up a ton of farm actually. He just finished up that armlet and he has another 2,100 gold on him. And he's probably going to be picking up this Aegis, and he's going to be able to get another item very, very soon.
And he's getting back into it. He was at least 4th, if not 5th in net worth not too long ago. He's 2nd, and he's right behind that of Burning.
Oh god, Burning. Get out of there, man.
Burning's right on top of a Sentry Ward. What are you doing, man? Blink, Thunderclap, Burning. He's going to have to use that Skeleton Walk now. Getting caught out. The Ice Vortex, Burning. No, he gets roared up. He gets axed as well. That's the 2nd death. My gosh. Burning just got blown up again.
Ice was able to put a little bit of pressure on the top tower in the meantime, but Burning not really being too aware of those wards that they had down there. Great warding done by Newbee.
Yeah, they've got the map covered. Well, not the map specifically, but the enemy jungle, actually. If they can catch out Burning, they'll try to go for a kill there. And
mid lane going on MMY, but yeah, no way Lifesteal's going to get the kill.
Yeah, he needs a Basher if he wants to try to get a solo kill there, but he's a bit far away from that. So 24 minutes in, and I'm not sold on DK right now. They still have that 7,500 gold lead, but there are avenues for Newbee to get back in this game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it all depends on how well the Panda ulti's used, if DK's all clumped up, but at the same time, right now, the only reason these people have been dying is because they've been, I mean, Burning, for the most part, he's been getting caught completely out of position. Like, he went for the courier, he was going for the Lich, and then he was like, ooh, a courier, and he just switches to it, which is fine, because he wasn't going to kill the Lich, and getting that, getting the courier is definitely the better choice, but then getting caught again in that bottom lane, it's pretty unfortunate there for Burning.
Yeah, I mean, that shuts down his farm a bit. I mean, he's not able to get up his next item. He has, obviously, that Orchid, which we talked about. His next item, well, what has he got? 1,200 gold in the bank, and he's not really building towards anything right now. He might be going for potentially a Blink Dagger a little bit later. I mean, he still needs about 1,000 gold. I'm not sure, so we'll see.
Yep, and all over the place, they're just... Newbee's just trying to pick up farm for all their heroes. Panda's getting pretty close to his Ag Scepter. Banana ended up had that mech quite a bit ago on the Lich, so he can opt for going for another item quite soon. Yeah. Sansheng finishes up his 4 stuff, so he's not opting for the rushing of the Ag Scepter, which is probably fine. We do see a lot of the Chinese teams go for just rush 4 staffs on most of the support heroes because they're better than the majority of the teams with their 4 staffs. They're just so quick and on point on it.
You were talking about that with the game yesterday. I think it was DK versus LGD, that long one, and how it was just 4 staff after 4 staff after 4 staff. It's so impressive to watch just to be able to get everybody out on time, and that seems to be the case with, like you said, most of these Chinese teams. So I love those pickups coming out. The 4 steps are so nice to have, but this is actually getting kind of exciting because I felt like DK had a solid lead going into, I guess, like at 20 minutes and even like a couple minutes ago. Like, they were feeling really solid. They felt like they could just take down the towers and take the game. You mentioned the team fight for Newbee was still solid. DK are playing sort of passively because of it, but now they're starting to get kills. They're finding picks. They have great warding in the enemy team jungle right now, and they're looking for more. So I believe an SNY was just finished. I'm not sure who that was. It might have been the lifestealer, I believe. Yeah,
Yep.
So the SNY, how he is a speedy lifestealer right now.
He's passing Burning now. Burning was having a great start as well, but those 2 deaths on him really hitting him hard.
Yeah, absolutely. So now it comes down to, are they going to use this Aegis aggressively, or are they just going to keep this kind of farming pace going through? Well, it looks like they're going to head up to the enemy jungle right now. They didn't even smoke up. They just want to walk up this cliff, up the stairs, and look for somebody. I think the Observer Ward, the Radiant Observer Ward, caught this out, and everyone's TPing away. It looks like Dazzle on him will get out of there just in time. It is going to be the Blinks build coming out for Burning right now. No surprise there. This is the common build when you pick up Clinks, at least since a couple months ago at the very least. So.
Yep, and also pointing out the fact that they did pick up that gem relatively early on the side of Newbee, and then right away DK responds with picking up their own gem. So they're just trying to solidify map control.
Yeah.
Newbee also, they've been warding basically majority of the camps on the side of DK. Now they warded up the big camp too, so they really want to just try crippling DK's farm.
And that's good, because not only does Burning need that, but Mushi as well, and maybe even the Wind Ranger to a certain extent.
And now Mushi's going very defensive items. I mean, he ended up going for that BKB before,
Yeah.
which might not have been the best decision because they're just avoiding team fights. So he could actually probably have another item on top of that. But now we do see Mirana ulti coming out from the side of
they're
DK,
wrapping around.
and they're going for a wraparound. Maybe.
This could be a huge fight for them if they get off a nice Sandy's Eclipse. We'll see. Who will they catch out of position? They're not going just yet. Mushi running up the river right now, still on the other side. Smoke, it was actually Moonlight Shadow, so they do have a gem up. The Primal Split's going to go. Mushi, BKB roared up. Do they have the right click damage? The Shadow Wave coming through. He's taking a lot. Arrow's going to fly. It's going to sail through everybody. 4-step up to the high ground for Mushi. He's going to stay alive. Shackle Shot, Ice, Ice, Ice. Getting hit by that rock in the face. Now he's going to force as well to the high ground. They're not finding any kills on either side. Sunshine getting low on the backside. Looks like he'll survive. The split is now done. MMY trying to re-engage. The arrow's going to connect, but only going to stun for a second. Lanham getting caught out. He's going to try to TP away, it looks like. No, that's MMY. Lanham stunned up. He will fall. So will Burning, getting caught out of position. How's going to town? Ice, Ice, Ice. Wind running away. Can he make it out alive? Will they get this kill? Nice 4-step up to the high ground. Do they have a stun? It looks like no. Nicely done by Ice, Ice, Ice to get out of a bad position. But again, Newbee take the fight. They might not even be done yet. Xiaoid has no roar still for at least a couple of seconds. And they'll back away. Well fought from Newbee.
Uh-oh. This is not looking good for DK right now. Burning has died 3 times back to back to back without able to find any kills at all. So this
Oh, dang.
nice shackle shot, but it just looks nice. At the same,
That's
it
it.
doesn't really have any, like, it doesn't really do anything. And now, first tier 2 of the game goes down to the side of Newbee, and this game seems to be turning around.
It certainly is. I mean, we saw the net worth. It was rather even. We're going to see it again right now. It's 44,000 to 43,000. DK has the very slight advantage right now. I mean, we're talking very slight. So with these fights, I mean, you look at DK's positioning, it looked like Mushi got caught out. He BKB'd. He pretty much wasted a BKB, nor did he use his Sanity's Eclipse. So, you know, really great reaction from Muth. Throws up the Primal Split. The arrow came through, did absolutely nothing. They were able to find out Burning on the backside, who I didn't even see in that fight until he got bursted down by How.
Yep.
Newbee are feeling it right now, man.
This Panda's just ended up working out. He did end up whiffing that one ult in the jungle before.
Yeah.
But afterwards, they caught Mushi while he was going up the hill because they had reveal for him, because they had the gem on the Panda. He actually threw up Lanham up in the tornado, I think twice, back to back. So he was completely zoned out of the fight. And then overall, DK just, they were so split up, and it ended up crumbling for them.
That's so huge, just to make sure Lanham's out of the fight. Like, no Graves, no Shadow Waves, no Weaves, no what have you. Just make sure you get out of there. Yes, Greg, I know, I said it. All right, well, Observer Ward's going to get counter-warded right now. No, MMY, what are you doing? He's got a leap. He might be okay. Moo, looking to chase. No, Ancient Apparition, Ice Blast. Will connect on Ice Ice. Roar on the backside somewhere. They caught out, I believe, I'm not sure who, might have been Burning. There's the Primal Split. No, it was Lanham on the backside. The rock's going to fly. Lanham, does he have a Grave? Absolutely. He's going to make up Grave as well. Still going to town now. Looks like they're going to find Burning again on the backside. They just search for him. They get the kill up in the air. It's going to be Mushi. I think he's already used his BKB as well. In fact, he did. He'll drop the Sanities, but doesn't do anything. It kills the Lich, but that's it. 3 are dead. It's a double kill for Xiaoid. Newbee are turning it around. They take yet another fight going their way, and now there is an Aghanim Scepter done on Xiaoid. That Beastmaster, they've been doing so much work. Look at the team fight recap as well.
This is a massive problem now. This is completely in favor of Newbee because although it is that one lifestealer, his farm has recovered insanely. He's got Phase Boot, Midas, Armlet, Basher, and an SNY. And overall, Lifestealer versus OD, if an OD is not over farm, he's able just to close the gap and run right on him. And if he gets a Bash, Mushi could just straight up die. If they use their spells properly, basically, if the Panda is able to throw up that Dazzle, they can completely win that team fight every single time.
Yep.
And although the laning phase went really well for DK, I don't really feel the presence of the Windrunner or the Potom too much anymore.
And on top of that, what does Burning accomplish this game?
He keeps getting picked off in the back. He's not able to get his silence or anything off on anybody, which is making any difference. This is really bad for DK so far. It's not looking good.
It's like if we look at the team fight, we see what's going on, then all of a sudden Greg will move over to Burning in the backside, and he just gets blown up in like 2 hits. He just like dies essentially out of nowhere. And I'm like, wow, oh my god, it's incredible that he's died this much. How now topping the net worth chart with his Basher being done, his SNY as well.
He's
my
scary.
god, yeah, that is a farm life stealer.
Yeah, and Roshan will be respawning quite soon. They have the boar and the hawk constantly to be able to. Is that even a boar? It looks kind of like a wolf. It's a coyote, oh.
Coyote.
I didn't even notice that at first, that cosmetic. But yeah, I mean, they're going to have constant eyes of the Roshan. They're going to know right when it's up and burning. Actually has a DD and he's looking for another pickoff, but...
Yeah, we've seen this movie before. Luckily they don't have detection on either Banana or Sunshine. Banana might die here. Oh, maybe How's going to run in. They're going to blink forward. Burning gets it. This time he's going to blink away and TP out. That's a bit of a safer play. Courier had nothing on it, thankfully, but...
Status equal dead.
Yeah, it's dead, man. That thing is dead.
I love it so much. I really do.
Deader than dead.
But yeah, now Ice is getting a little bit of space. He's going to be going for his sheep stick. He should have it quite soon, but... Newbee's team fight is just incredibly powerful, and now Roshan should be spawning very soon. They have the Ice Vortex and the Hawk in order to identify if it does spawn.
They should get it as well. There's no map control for either side here, but they can throw a ward up if they want to and go from there. And yeah, honestly, right now, it feels like Newbee they're controlling the pace of this game. It feels like they've got it under control. It feels like the lead is pretty much in their favor.
Directed
indeed. Xiao8, this guy, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, and they've just been doing a great job, really. They've kept extremely aggressive wards into DK's jungle, as well as blocking caps constantly. If you look, they do have another ward blocking the Ancients on the further side of DK. And now, Roshan respawns. Newbee's gonna go right in there, and I don't really see a way that DK can contest this.
Yeah, I mean, they have their ultimate self, Burning. He can come in, but every time he tries to fight, he seems to die. Talked about that Hex. There it is for Ice getting picked up right now. That is a huge investment, I feel like, for Ice, but it's going to pay off, I feel like. And that might be the item that changes things here for DK. Hex is going to be so useful against any number of these heroes. If they can catch out the Brewmaster before he ults, that'll be absolutely huge. But catching out somebody at Newbee, that hasn't happened all game. It's been Newbee, they're the ones catching out DK.
Yeah, and if How wants to, he can actually opt to go for it. Yeah, now we're taking a look at that Coyote for everybody to see. But he could actually go for an Abyssal Blade right now. He has the Aegis, and he's basically got it if he wants to go for it. Sansheng also, I mean, the farm on the supports on the side of Newbee, just from how well these team fights have been going, he's going to be going toward his Ag Scepter. He has all of his survivability items as well. He's got his Force Staff, his Ghost Scepter, and he's got an Urn for the team. He is pretty damn farmed. Lich as well, got his Ghost Scepter.
It's a lot of it has been those fights. The early fight where he got, like, I think it was a double or a triple kill early on. Yeah. That helped out so much. There's that Abyssal Blade that you're talking about. Now, here's the question. Do you Abyssal Mushi? I don't think you used it on Burning. Who do you use it on here in this situation?
You can probably you don't even need to like force it, because their team fight's just so incredibly powerful on the side of Newbee that he can probably just hold it and just wait for a perfect opportunity to use it whenever he wants. And it's insane how quick Burning's farm has just deteriorated.
Yeah.
He's basically had the same items. He hasn't progressed at all since... What time did he end up getting that Orchid? Probably like
18, I think?
18 or so. It's just looking really rough for DK. They needed to find a bit more pickoffs in this mid game, and now it's starting to look just very heavily in favor of Newbee.
Yeah, the thing is, though, they can start getting this Mirana, Ice involved a bit more, Mushi involved a bit more, if they can find that farm. So they still have a couple of options to get back in this game. Not that they're really... I mean, they had the lead not too long ago, so they just need to tighten up their gameplay a little bit, not get caught out of position, kind of fight when they need to fight, use their abilities at the right time here. But again... I mean, God, How is so farmed. He had such a rough start too, man. He got crushed in his lane when you think about it.
I keep hearing you say it. I'm like, how is he so farmed? Like,
how is he so farmed?
But now Newbee, they do want to bring the fight right to DK. They 4-man smoke up and they're running into the enemy jungle. Now Mushi might actually get caught out here. Here's the Hawk. He spots it.
Oh boy.
Xiao8's running in on him.
Roar. Look at that long range. The Aghanim Scepter. Now they're going to use the clap as well. Nice Force Staff. Cold Feet. Mushi might have to pop the BKB. He might not even use it. He feels like he's dead right now. There it goes, but a bit late. The right click. The Boar slowing him down. The Sanity's Eclipse. That's not going to do anything for you there, my friend. Oh, goodness. Mushi. How unfortunate.
That roar range was massive. I thought that was actually that was too far. But I guess once you get the cast point, if they even move out of it, as long as it goes up, it just finishes. Just like we see a lot of the times with Fiend's Grip as well.
Yep. So that Aghanim Scepter now paying off. Mushi could have gotten away there. Oh boy, this is not looking good. I don't know if buyback is available for Mushi, if we could bring up that stat chart. It looks like it is, so he can jump back in. He won't have a BKB. He won't have Sanities. This might even just be a free tier 3 tower. Oh, great shackle on Jowie. 4-step further into the base. He's still alive. Now the clap in, the Primal Split. Burning, gonna take a rock to the back of the head. Does he have buyback? Absolutely. Nice grave. Will it be enough? The Chain Frost flying, long range, Burning, still alive. Just barely one more right click. It's gonna bounce. Oh god, that Lich Ult, please. Lana now getting focused down. They've taken the tier 3. They're focusing the racks. Newbee are doing this. They are not done yet. They want all of these buildings. Backing away is Moo. Normal split. And How's going to get orchided up. Taking a lot of right-click damage. Shackle Shot. It will latch to Banana, but that's it. How taking damage is going to rage. Turn his armlet on. Long range. That is going to be a huge war. Burning is dead as well. Aegis is done. That is it. Burning is down for 75 seconds with no buyback. They're going to keep going. Shackle Shot from Ice Ice Ice. It does latch onto 2, but all it's doing is stalling right now. They take the set of racks. They might even take the game right now here for Newbee. We'll see if they back off.
Newbee's team fight lineup, their lineup is just so ridiculous. And DK just not able to do the split push, which they needed to get more farm, but they kind of threw this one away, I feel like. But at the same time, Newbee just playing spectacular all around, so I really can't blame them at all. Newbee's just, they're just doing an incredible job. Taking a look at the team fight recap.
Wow.
Completely in favor of Newbee, of course. And there was a buyback on the side.
Yeah, the dieback as they're calling it here, so... Oh man, that's rough. That is a rough fight for DK. To lose a set of racks, to lose your Clinks, and to lose them again. Mushi didn't buy back there, but right now, 5,000 net worth change coming out. The 5,000 experience as well. Disgusting amount of farm for Newbee here as they're looking to close this game out. A rough early game, but apparently they believed in themselves, and they were able to get the farm up. And how he got the farm, who knows, but...
I'm not even going to comment on it. Panda ends up picking up his BKB. How picks up a full Assault Cuirass on the courier, and Beastmaster picks up the Vlad. So now the auras are coming out, and they're gonna look to close this game very shortly.
It's fighting time, man. They're ready to go. Round 2. Get ready to fight, guys. As Newbee.
They can't stop Moo's ultimate anymore. He's got the BKB up. Even if he gets silenced, he's gonna be able to go in. And looks like DK is going for a desperation smoke.
Yeah, this smoke actually might be able to grab something here. The thing is, there's a couple of buybacks for the Dire team. Actually, only 2 for the support. So if Newbee get caught out, this might be pretty bad.
Yep.
But they're playing together as 5, so I don't see that happening right now. And they're going the complete wrong direction for DK. They think they're bottoming. They're all top, so that's unfortunate, I guess.
Yeah, they really want to just try to find a pickoff, but it's not really going to happen. Mushi did pick up his sheep stick there, so they do have the potential of going for it. They put down some nice wards, but Newbee's just well aware of what they need to do. They just need to group up, go finish off the game. Finish those buildings. They have all the auras that they need, and these buildings are going to just completely get crushed. The towers are going to fall so fast now with the auras plus the Beastmaster aura on top of it.
I mean, just the right click alone from How, it's disgusting. You add everything else into it. The Assault Cuirass, obviously, pretty nice for Lifestealer. And that tier 2 tower about to die in about a matter of seconds. Boom goes the Dynamite. It's done. Thunderclap for just good measure from Moo. One exposed set of racks, in fact not even exposed, one dead set of racks. The tier 3 tower top now getting assaulted by a large creep wave. Bottom needs to be pushed out still. Might wait for that next Roshan if we look at the timer here and see where it's at the Roshan pit. Looks like we're not even sure yet. I mean, we still have that minute or 2 minute mark before we understand where exactly or when exactly that Rosh is going to respawn.
Yep, Newbee, no, not really in any rush. They're going to wait for that bottom lane to push in a bit more, clear the enemy jungle, and they could, if they want, I guess, they could wait for the Rosh just to guarantee it. But they got to just stick together as 5. And another desperation smoke coming out of DK. They're trying to find a pickoff, which they really desperately need.
This time they might find somebody. Sansheng's
but they're all together.
They are all together. That's the problem. And like you said, Moo has his BKB now, so silencing him, not an option, really. Moonlight Shadow's going to go. This time, I think there's a gem up on at least somebody for Newbee. I'd imagine they're going to have detection of this.
Yep, Moo still's got that gem from earlier.
I mean, yeah, they're going to run right in. There's the 4-step. Hex is up. That's what they needed. Moo needs to BKB immediately. Now the roar on Mushi. They catch him out. Shackle Shot on Moo. He's still up there. Now the Shallow Grave on Mushi. Still alive. The Panda ult going to come through. Now the Abyssal Blade blows up the Mirana. Burning on the backside. He gets crushed. Zhao 8 with a double kill. No buyback for Burning for 2 minutes. Lanham getting right-clicked. He's got no grave for a second. He's done. 4 down. And DK have to call GG. Newbee with the turnaround game. They 2-0 the Dota Kings. Really well played coming out from Zhao 8 and the old Tong Fu squad.
Holy shit, really, honestly. Newbee playing from behind, just finding the opportunities and just completely snowballing in this game. Just their team fight, their lineup was just so good at what if they just found the pickoffs that they needed, and Burning just ended up getting picked off just a bit too much, and they weren't able to do anything after those pickoffs.
It was a bit rough early on for Newbee, but they got the farm that they needed to get. They got what they needed to get in terms of pickoffs, in terms of items. They were able to get really good Brewmaster ultimates, other than the one we talked about down in that bottom jungle, I believe. And it just felt like they just kind of snowballed out of control. They got How Farm. He had a rough early game, but it didn't matter. The itemization was not there for Burning. He got shut down so often.
Yep.
Just a really rough game for DK. So that's going to be it. There is going to be another series. Of course, we are going to move upstairs. It's going to be LD and Basket bring you the next Mars TV playoff game. I believe, is that LGD versus Vici Gaming? Okay, so LGD versus Vici Gaming. That'll be another best of 3 guys. But for us here, man, closing thoughts, Fogged, on that series.
We were both wrong. We said 2-1, but you were right that Newbee was going to take it. But DK just looking a bit sloppy. I really thought that they were going to end up taking this game away with the way that the lanes went.
Yeah.
But Newbee they actually just played so damn good.
Yeah.
Zhao 8 finding picks all over the place. He ended up with 10-2 after that awful laning phase.
I mean, it was impressive to watch. So that's going to be it for us here right now. Coming up here on the main studio, we will have Roxkiss versus VP for the TI4 European qualifiers. That'll be casted by Gods and Merlini, of course. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. I'm Mott. You can go ahead and follow me at MottDota2 on Twitter. He's Fogged. You can follow him at FoggDota, of course. Check out BeyondTheSummit.tv for all of the action for the qualifiers as well as the Mars TV playoff. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll be back in just a little bit.